Hello and welcome to Wellness Watch, a show that explores the nuances and the burden of illnesses and diseases on mankind and how we in India are dealing with it. In a world where beauty trends evolve faster than social media scrolls, one beauty craze that is making waves is IV drips for beauty, promising everything from glowing skin, stronger hair to slower aging. Once part of hospital rooms, IV drips now have made their way into luxury spa rooms and even social media feed. But as the trend grows, so do the questions on this. Are these beauty IV drips really the miracle they promise, or do they pose a hidden health risk in the guise of a beauty trend? Today in Wellness Watch, we discuss IV drips for beauty and danger of risking your health for beauty. I'm Preeti Kaur. People will go great lengths to maintain their youth and beauty. Beauty industry is a booming sector, constantly evolving with new treatments and trends emerging daily. IV drips are at the forefront of this trend, but what's really driving this popularity? Are they a genuine health boost or just another wellness trend? Let's break it down. With claims of increased energy and hydration, it is crucial to ask, are these benefits backed by science or are we being sold a dream? DD India's Sujata Lochab's report dives deep into the realities of IV therapy. Take a look.
You've seen them all over social media. Those celebrities and influencers hooked up to IV drips. Have you noticed how celebrities like Hailey Bieber, the Kardashians, and Jennifer Aniston are often spotted getting IV drips? They swear by these treatments for maintaining their youthful glow and vibrant energy. But here's the thing, what aren't they telling you? It raises an interesting question. Is beauty really just a state of mind, or can it be enhanced with a simple drip? IV drips or intravenous drips deliver fluids, vitamins, and minerals directly into the bloodstream, allowing for rapid absorption. In India, this trend has exploded, with wellness clinics offering a variety of formulations. You might have heard of vitamin C drips for skin brightening, glutathione drips for antioxidant support, and even NAD plus drips, which are touted for their potential to boost energy and improve cellular function. While the allure of instant beauty is tempting, it's essential to consider the bigger picture. The cost of these treatments can be significant. Indian clinics are cashing in big time. A single IV beauty boost can set you back 15,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. For many, this means multiple sessions are required to see lasting effects, making it an expensive endeavor. It raises questions about accessibility and the true effectiveness of these treatments for the average person. Research shows that while IV drips can provide a temporary boost, they are not a substitute for a balanced diet or a healthy lifestyle. The long-term effects of regular IV drip usage are still not fully understood. Potential side effects can include infections at the injection site, allergic reactions, and imbalances in electrolytes. Over time, relying on these treatments might lead to dependency, where individuals overlook their nutritional needs through food. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Medicine emphasizes the importance of understanding the risks associated with intravenous therapies. It points out that while IV drips can be beneficial in specific medical situations, their use for beauty enhancement should be approached with caution.
Control yourself!
So what does this mean for you? If you're considering an IV drip for beauty, it's crucial to consult with a healthcare professional first. Ask about the ingredients, the potential risks, and whether this treatment aligns with your overall health goals. So ask yourself, what does true beauty mean to you? How do we balance the desire for beauty with the need for long-term wellness? Is this really about health or just another expensive trend? If you think you can buy beauty, then yes, it's bought and built. If you have the money and resources, after all, it's a business. Wellness Watch, Sujata Lochab for DD India.
All right, skincare is not just superficial anymore. Beauty drips are going deeper to enhance skin from within in every sense of the word. According to the data by the International Market Analysis Research and Consulting Group, the Indian intravenous solution market, that is IV drip market size, is poised to expand at a compound annual rate of 5.8% between 2023 and 2028. IV hydration therapy market is witnessing a rapid growth, with the wellness segment valued at $38.4 million in 2024 and projected to reach $65.1 million by 2030. Today in Wellness Watch, today we ask the following questions. What is an IV beauty drip, and do Indians really need it? What is the procedure of administering an IV drip? Are these effective, or are they just a wellness trend? We'll also talk of popularity and market trends. And also, we'll try to gauge what medical advancements are available in India. India's IV hydration therapy market, as we told you, is witnessing a rapid growth, with the wellness segment valued at $38.4 million in 2024, projected to reach $65.1 million by 2030. IV drips, often marketed for beauty benefits like skin brightening, anti-aging, and hair and nail strengthening, are more prevalent in private clinics, spas, and wellness centers. Nevertheless, up on your screens, we'll have some hospitals which cater to some of these needs. Safdarjung Hospital, Delhi; Lok Nayak Hospital, Delhi; Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, Delhi. To help us understand how important IV drips are for us to maintain beauty, we are joined in by guests in the studio. We're joined in by Dr. Vibhu Mendiratta, Head Dermatology, Lady Hardinge Medical College. We're also joined in by Dr. Krishna Dev Burman, Director, Professor and Head, Department of Dermatology, and VD Maulana Azad Medical College. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us this afternoon on Wellness Watch. Dr. Vibhu, to begin with, in very simple terms, explain to our viewers what is an IV beauty drip, and also, do we Indians need it?
So, IV beauty drip, I would first start by explaining what we mean by IV. So, IV is the short form for intravenous.
Yes.
Now, it's a route of administering fluid into the patient's vein directly. So, it is a procedure which makes use of medication which is in the fluid form, and it is given with the help of an IV cannula, which is inserted into the superficial vein of the patient. Now, this is a very, very important procedure, and it has been in use for years together, and it's a life-saving methodology for saving the lives of people who are either unconscious or who are in the dire need of certain medications which emergently they require, so that they can be directly administered through the into the blood circulation to have an early and a faster effect. So, IV beauty drips is just a modification of this methodology to administer certain agents which have been found to be useful in giving skin rejuvenation or giving antioxidant effect in order to boost the wellness of the patient. I would not call patient, because somebody who is seeking to enhance beauty is not a patient, is just a client. So, that is the better term. And so, such seekers of enhanced beauty, or maybe for the purpose of having an anti-aging impact, or for the purpose of having an immunity enhancing impact, there are several concoctions or cocktails of these substances which are available, and they are administered through the intravenous route. So, this is the IV beauty drip, which we call in short form. Now, this process is available world over. It's not only in India, it's available in the US, it's available in the African countries, it's very popular in Korea and in other many Southeast Asian countries, and is being touted as a very short way to enhance your beauty quotient. Now, in India, like your second question was whether in India do we need it or not. See, the need here is not a medical need as such. It is not a life-saving thing that we are looking at. Here, the patient or the client seeks enhancement, cosmetic improvement of a cosmetic problem, which could be a pigmentation, it could be melasma, it could also be hair fall, baldness, nail loss. So all these things which we consider cosmetic, they are first of all not given priority in terms of treatment through a dangerous route as IV route, because intravenous route is not as safe as applying a cream on the skin.
Yes.
That is number one thing we have to understand. Intravenous route is associated with many potential side effects, which can be mild side effects, they can be very serious side effects, because directly the chemical or the drug portion is released into the blood system. So the impact can be wide ranging, from a severe allergic reaction which can be fatal. It can also cause many adverse impact on the cardiovascular system. It can cause local site reactions, it can cause cellulitis, sepsis. So there are many side effects. Now, whether or not it is needed, it has to be decided by the treating physician also, as to up to what extent one has to go in order to treat that particular disorder.
All right, I'll take that forward to Dr. Berman. Dr. Berman, as ma'am also put, IV drips, bypass the digestion, the digestive system, and they're absorbed directly into the blood. How risky is this? And also, when a client prepares to get IV beauty drips, what preparation has to be put in place? Because for the body to receive something through IV drips, the body will also take time to get used to get susceptible to this. So put all this together, how do IV drips bypass the digestive system?
Basically, most of the times, like we don't give, the drugs we deliver through IV drips is usually, as ma'am already said, like the drugs which cannot absorb orally. Most of the times we prefer to use that one, or whenever we want to have a quick effect, like for a life saving, ma'am already said. So in those cases only we use IV drips. So, but here, because it's a direct in your blood, so that it goes directly into your blood, so it can easily go to wherever you want. So, but if you take orally, it has to go through your intestine, then it has to go to your liver, then it has to be digested, and then goes to your circulations. But here we are putting directly into the blood. So this is the main benefit of this IV drip. Other than this, the most of the times IV drips are the obviously it's a liquid form, and it has to be safe. And safe means it's like it has to be easily non-allergen type things. Like most of the times we use human serums and all that is not to be not easily accepted by the patients. Our clients. So you can say this. The effect of this IV drips, most of the times I already said, like when we give something like for your rejuvenations, in that cases, the certain drugs, certain antioxidants that reduces your melanin production. So it gives you some glow. So that's why few clients, many clients are using these glutathiones and all, because that reduce the melanin synthesis. So that is the main.
All right, ma'am. For how long do the results of an IV drip last?
So, say it's a regime, like it's not a standardized process as such. So, what the spas and these clinics where this beauty drip is administered, they do is that they give at an interval of 4 to 6 weeks, one drip is given, and the effects, they become visible in 2 to 3 months' time. That the patients would appreciate that there is some lightening in the skin color, especially the sun exposed areas like the face and the exposed areas of the arms. So that effect becomes appreciable after about 2 to 3 months of one drip. Now this drip, the point of importance here is that the number of drips and the duration for which it is continued, that is very, very alarming, and that can be very dangerous, because how did the whole thing start? We need to go back into the history, that why molecules like glutathione, they were launched in the market and they were picked up so avidly by the aesthetics industry. So glutathione is basically a naturally occurring peptide, and it has normal amino acids, and this glutathione is blessed to have very great antioxidant properties. It also reduces the melanin synthesis. Now melanin is the pigment which bothers all the people like Indians who have pigmented skins, type 4, type 5 skins. And our society also, I think it is believed that anybody who's fair is supposed to be from a higher society, is supposed to have, so those that stigma of having a dark complexion is there. So unless we train our minds, we are not going to make correct choices, because all choices we make are through our mind only. Glutathione orally has been in use. It is being used, and there are a number of ointments, creams already which are being used by dermatologists. We are using them for treating our patients of melasma or the blemishes which you must have seen very commonly in the Indian females. So topical, local application and oral tablet form is supposed to be much safer for a short duration. You should not use it for more than 2 to 3 months. 12 weeks period is safe. But here we are talking about an intravenous drip which is dose unregulated. Nobody knows what is the dose being administered there and for how long. So this can be potentially long term. It can have its own side effects.
All right. Dr. Burman, are there any alternatives to IV drips? We know that there is topical application, supplements, but to what extent can they replace IV drips? And having said that, why is there a growing inclination towards IV drips in today's times? Because that brings me to the question of easy accessibility of these drips in the market. What is the potential of this market?
Actually, you can say like potential in the market is there, but the alternative is like if you have orally, as already Madam has said, like if you take orally, that also has an effect. But as I mentioned earlier, it took longer time to have. Right. I mean, because if you give IV, then it goes directly to in your blood. So if you take orally, it will take time because it goes to your liver, then digested, then it will come to the circulations. And topical applications another options, which is much safer than anything else. And IV drugs, when you use IV, you can inject some infections also. Yes. Like commonly we know like IV drug users are having HIV earlier very frequently, and hepatitis B, hepatitis C, they can easily get all those things in fact. So IV is not a safer option, but see for the faster effects, it's growing.
All right, ma'am, is there any particular age group to begin administering IV drops?
Yeah, we would say that it's always, advisable for people who are adults. It's absolutely contraindicated, IV drips. If you're talking about the beauty drips, so they are contraindicated in children, and there are no safety studies. Actually, what we have to, as doctors and scientifically based professionals, we have to emphasize on the fact that the IV drips, the safety studies are not there. The hardcore evidence agreed that the effect is there on pigmentation. There is a positive impact on the boosting of your tone and appearance of the skin. There is no doubt about it, because this molecule does act on the certain mechanisms which will control the pigmentation. But there are no standardized dosages which have been looked into along with the safety studies, long-term safety studies. The data which is there is only a very short-term data. There are no randomized studies where we do the group-wise comparison, we monitor the side effects. So that is not there.
All right. Sir, also when we talk of these IV drips, you did tell us about the possible, infections that could, harm the body along with the IV drips. But to avoid the risks, any specific group of people who should not go for IV drips? Somebody who's already suffering from some disease or some illness, who should not be opting for IV drips?
Usually the client who seek for those type of treatment, they're usually healthy only, most of the times. Otherwise, see, if they are almost healthy, but you have to go certain tests. I mean, you have to have some your basic blood test, like maybe hemogram, LFT. If all these are normals, I think they can go. It's safer. Unless until your blood parameters are normal, one person should not go for those type of therapy, because it may reduces your certain levels of minerals in your body. So one should go for first your routine blood test. So if everything is normal, then they can easily persist.
Ma'am, what are the medical advancements that have been made in this field?
In the field of IV drips?
Yes, IV drips, yes.
So we have lots of agents which are now being used orally also and injectables also. So for skin rejuvenation, we have lots of good agents, like we have hyaluronic acid, we have those Botox injections also which are there, because all these molecules, they are given as injections. They are given into the skin and at the right areas to correct the right folds and the wrinkles of the patient. So these are being used in India, and but I would again emphasize on the fact that these injections should always be done and undertaken under the supervision by a trained dermatologist. So that is very, very important, who is well versed with the anatomy of the face where it is going to be injected, because if it is wrongly injected, then again it can lead to very, very serious side effects, like there can be skin necrosis, there can be death of the skin, there can be bluish discoloration. Fillers, if it goes wrongly into the vein which goes to the eye, it can lead to blindness. So these are the side effects which the clients, they should read about it, because more than reading about the beauty products, they should also do a good check on the side effects and where it is indicated and how safe it is. Plus, there is one agent, tranexamic acid, which we use again for treating pigmentation, hyperpigmentation. We are using that for. Again, it is being used safely either in the oral form. Again, the duration of treatment has to be maximum up to a period of 3 months or 6 months in low dose. You have to do safety checks in the patients where you recommend these tablets. You have to do their coagulation profiles and various other tests before you recommend.
All right. So with our doctors today, we are discussing IV drips. They are explaining to us what IV drips are, how they should be administered, and also the caution that should be taken into account. To help our viewers understand it better, we'll have a quick rapid fire round where I'll ask both the doctors short and crisp questions, and I request both of you to give very simple and crisp answers. Dr. Vibhu, IV drips are not a shortcut to eternal youth. Is it so?
Yes.
Dr. Burman, IV drips provide instant and permanent results.
No.
All IV therapies are almost the same, Dr. Vibhu.
I would say no.
Okay, IV drips are a substitute for a healthy lifestyle, Dr. Burman.
No, it's not a substitute.
These drips are exclusively for women. Is it so, Dr. Vibhu?
No.
IV therapy is effective only when it is expensive, Dr. Burman.
It's not.
All right, so that sums up our discussion on IV drips for beauty today with our guests. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio, both of you, and helping us understand the IV therapy better. So after the discussion with our doctors, we did understand that IV therapy in the beauty world is giving more meaning to the words skin deep. IV drip for beauty is a mixed bag, offering potential benefits like instant hydration and nutrient delivery, but also carrying risks like infection or allergic reactions. While some find it effective for skin brightening and overall radiance, it is not a magic bullet and should be approached with caution. Experts stress that while IV drips may promise quick aesthetic results, the safest route to wellness continues to be hydration, nutrition, exercise, stress management, and medically supervised care. With that, we end this edition of Wellness Watch here. Thank you for watching. Till we meet next, take good care of yourselves.